I've been hesitant to share this story, but the memories still linger. It was a night shift at a large home improvement store, and the atmosphere was eerie. The lights buzzed above, casting an unsettling glow over the aisles. The air smelled of sawdust and metal, and the customers were sparse. My coworker, Hannah, approached me, visibly shaken. She'd been followed by a suspicious man, who asked invasive questions and made her feel uncomfortable. He was older, with a greasy baseball cap, and his stare sent chills down her spine. He'd initially approached her in the plumbing section, asking for help finding a part, but his behavior became increasingly unsettling. As Hannah recounted the events, I listened intently. She'd tried to lose him in the store, but he seemed to always find her. I decided to stick with her, keeping an eye out for the suspect. We worked together, checking inventory and restocking shelves. I kept glancing around the store, but I didn't see anyone suspicious. As the night wore on, Hannah began to relax, thinking maybe the man had left. But then I spotted him watching us from afar. I positioned myself between them and tried to stay calm. When the man didn't back off, I approached him and asked if he needed help. He gave me a creepy stare before leaving. After our shift ended, I saw the same car parked in the lot, with the man sitting inside. I felt uneasy and informed the security guard. He approached the car, and the man eventually left without incident. The guard later told me the guy had been asking about employee schedules, which raised red flags. The experience left me on edge for days. I started leaving work with coworkers and took the long way home. Hannah switched to day shifts, understandably shaken. Let me know if this version meets your requirements, or if you'd like further changes. Also, I noticed the story seems to shift to a different incident later on. If you'd like, I can paraphrase that part as well. As I stood near the aisle end cap, I watched my buddy operate the forklift in the lumber section. He was performing slow, lazy donuts, and I couldn't help but shake my head at his antics. When I turned back to check on Hannah, I was taken aback. She was being watched by a suspicious individual lurking at the mouth of an aisle. The man was imposing, likely in his mid-50s, with a broad chest and slumped shoulders. He was dressed in dark jeans and a windbreaker, and his baseball cap was pulled low over his face. Despite the distance, I could sense his intense gaze fixed on Hannah. His physique was evident even beneath his jacket, and his arms appeared to be significantly larger than mine. The man's stare was unblinking, and his body language conveyed a sense of tension. He seemed to be waiting for the perfect moment to act. I felt a surge of unease and quickly walked over to Hannah, positioning myself between her and the suspicious individual. I attempted to downplay the situation, suggesting we head back to customer service.
We can't share full